This is the way it feels to move through summer in Lululemon. Iconic Align softness without the front seam. For our smoothest look and feel ever, summer won't know what hit it. Stretch your limits in the non-stop flexibility of the new Lululemon Align No-Line Pant in select stores and at Lululemon.com.
With the Venmo debit card, you can Venmo everything. Your favorite band's merch? You can Venmo this. Or their next show? You can Venmo that. Visit Venmo.me/debit to learn more. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank N.A. pursuant to license by MasterCard International Incorporated. Card may be used everywhere MasterCard is accepted. Venmo purchase restrictions apply.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another bonus episode of Optimal Relationships Daily. My name is Greg Audino. I am your host of the show, but as per usual here in this bonus episode, I'm just going to be introducing a post that was already read and aired on another show in our network. This post, entitled The Power of Choice, was previously narrated by Dr. Neil over on Optimal Health Daily, but it definitely stands to benefit your relationships as well as your health. So with that being said, I'm going to turn things over to Dr. Neil so you can hear his narration and his commentary. Enjoy the post, everyone, as we optimize your life.
The Power of Choice by Ross Enamait of rosstraining.com. Time flies. It's been a month since my daughter was born at the time of this writing, and it seems like she arrived just yesterday. Since I don't know if we'll have more children, there's something I'd like to address while the memories are fresh. First of all, we, men, have it easy. Labor is a literal term. It's hard work. My wife was in labor for over 24 hours without pain medication. She was on her feet for 90% of the time, working through one contraction at a time. She was obviously tired, but taking a break wasn't an option. I sat by her, watching in amazement. This labor was very different when compared to our first child. This one was much longer and more difficult. But my wife was truly a warrior. Personally, I was exhausted, but you can be darn sure I didn't mention it. I had the easy job as labor coach. My wife was the one fighting the actual battle. Watching her fight through one contraction at a time was incredible. Mothers deserve plenty of credit for going through what they go through. Labor can come at any time. The only certainty is pain. We just don't know when. It isn't like a fighter who knows that he'll be in the ring at 9 p.m. on Friday night. Labor is unpredictable. Living pregnant for 9 months and then facing the uncertainty and certain pain is incredible. Yet, as incredible as it is, women have given birth since the beginning of time. Labor isn't new. It is something that all mothers have experienced. And please don't take this the wrong way. I'm not at all minimizing the monumental task of delivery. On the contrary, the birthing process shows me that we are all much more capable than we realize. Ask any mother how labor compares to 30 minutes of exercise. The most intense workout in the world is a walk in the park in comparison. If a woman is pregnant, the baby has to come out. Staying pregnant forever isn't a choice. When choice is removed from the equation, we all become much more capable. The same can be said of many situations in life. For example, I've had several emails in the past month from individuals asking about my sleep or lack of it since the baby was born. Everyone wants to know how I can function on such little sleep. The answer is really quite simple. There isn't a choice. If one of my children needs me, I'll be there. Parents of infants know exactly what I'm talking about. Children are more important than sleep. Once you're a parent, you are a parent for life. Parenting isn't periodized or tapered. If the baby wakes up crying, we don't have the option of hitting the snooze button. You get up and care for your child. I cannot stop providing food for my family because I am tired. It isn't a choice. When you have a job, you do it. Sure, there are choices in terms of different careers, but we all need to work and pay taxes. It is part of life. The bill collectors don't care if we are tired. We do what we need to do, and if that means working with less sleep, so be it. No one said life was easy, and if they did, they were full of you-know-what. Another example, think back to when you were in school. As a student, you show up each day and do your work. We all went through school. As a kid, I didn't choose to attend school. It was chosen for me. My mother didn't negotiate. Going to school was the law. Making your own choices. The time will come, however, when we must make choices for ourselves. Consider the high school student who heads off to college. He is no longer living with mom and dad. He must make the right choices for himself. He must wake up for class. He must make time to study. Will he study or will he go out partying? He alone must choose. So what does this idea of choice have to do with health, fitness, and sport? Well, they're closely related. We make choices each and every day. Personally, I choose to exercise and live a healthy lifestyle. I could choose to drink beer and eat pizza all day, but I choose not to. Life isn't always about what we can or cannot do in terms of capability. More often than not, our lives are based on the choices that we make. As William Jennings Bryan once said, quote, "Destiny is not a matter of chance. It is a matter of choice." End quote. Unfortunately, many are either misinformed in terms of what decisions to make or do not believe they are capable of achieving anything worthwhile. There are many who honestly believe that they are not physically capable of improving. Fortunately, a solution is not only possible, but right around the corner. The first step is actively choosing to change, and then believing in your decisions. If someone else chose for you, you wouldn't think twice. You would do it, just like going to grade school. If someone put a gun to my head and told me to jump, you can be darn sure that I'm about to fly. More often than not, the ability is there. It's always been there. It may be dormant, however, which is why you must choose to wake up and use it. How your life unfolds will largely depend on the choices that you make going forward. Don't underestimate the power of choice. You just listened to the post titled "The Power of Choice" by Ross Enamait of rosstraining.com.
Eczema isn't always obvious, but it's real. And so is the relief from Ebglyss. After an initial dosing phase, about 4 in 10 people taking Ebglyss achieved itch relief and clear or almost clear skin at 16 weeks. And most of those people maintain skin that's still more clear at 1 year with monthly dosing.
Ebglyss, lebrikizumab LBKZ, a 250 milligram per 2 milliliter injection, is a prescription medicine used to treat adults and children 12 years of age and older who weigh at least 88 pounds or 40 kilograms with moderate to severe eczema, also called atopic dermatitis, that is not well controlled with prescription therapies used on the skin or topicals, or who cannot use topical therapies. Ebglyss can be used with or without topical corticosteroids. Don't use if you're allergic to Ebglyss. Allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Eye problems can occur. Tell your doctor if you have new or worsening eye problems. You should not receive a live vaccine when treated with Ebglyss. Before starting Ebglyss, tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection.
Searching for real relief? Ask your doctor about Ebglyss and visit ebglyss.lilly.com or call 1-800-LILY-RX or 1-800-545-5979.
Member Week is here at Lowe's. Don't miss your chance to get up to 40% off hundreds of items like paint, faucets, vanities, doors, and more. Shop our exclusive deals happening in-store and online now through July 18th. Not a member? Join My Lowe's Pro Rewards for free today and get ready to save more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
Dr. Neal here for some of my commentary. I was smiling when I first read this post by Ross, particularly when he talked about eating pizza all the time. I'm a huge pizza fanatic, so in my fantasy world, I would eat nothing but pizza, french fries, and donuts, and I'd be good to go. But that's not the reality. As Ross mentioned, I choose not to do that. I could, but I choose not to. That's because I still remember what it felt like when I didn't eat all that healthy, when fast food was a daily occurrence. It was around that time I got diagnosed with a chronic disease. I was sick. I was on medications. So at that point, I had to make a choice. Do I want to continue with my medications and feel the way I do, or do something better for myself? It didn't happen overnight, but I made the choice. And I decided, you know what? Maybe I should start doing this exercise thing that everybody keeps telling me, especially my doctor. Maybe I should cut down on my fast food, like the doctor said. And as much as I hated to admit it at the time, my doctors were right. I ended up feeling better. And it was all because I finally made the choice to listen. I made the choice to then take action. And again, it wasn't easy, and it's still not easy to continue doing it. But I do it anyways. Because really, it does make me feel so much better, which makes me happier, which makes me better and nicer to be around, which I'm sure my students and family appreciate. So truly, it is all about choice. All right, that'll do it from me for today. Thank you as always for listening. Thank you for being a subscriber. Thank you for sharing the show with someone. Have a great rest of your day. I'll be back here tomorrow as always, where your optimal life awaits.